very few minutes we have to wrap up this conversation, and so much to talk about. We're talking political intrigues ahead 2023 elections. Election is a paramount aspect of democracy, because through elections you have at least ideas, you also have desires fulfilled, either for the win or for the loss. For Nigeria and Nigerians, every 4 years is designated for general elections, where at least Nigerians trip to the polls to vote whom their leaders will be at the national level, and also those who will represent them at the National Assembly and governorship, and also the state houses of assembly. It is without drama, as always, especially from meetings, from congresses, consultations, as we're seeing right now as we speak. Then to the conventions and the primaries, where the flag bearers will emerge, and then we'll move on to campaigns, and then to the election proper. And after the election, we still have drama, as a lot of the contestants will be heading to the court, to the tribunals, to contest the election results. And then we have you, the kingmaker. Are you seeing the intrigues as they play out? Are you trying to at least see the permutations and the combinations and decide which way your pendulum will swing? Those are the things we'll be looking at today on the show. We have a panelist this morning, Mr. Bosun Oshifowora. He is a legal practitioner, a lawyer, and also a political analyst. Join us as we welcome him to the show this morning. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
So sorry for the traffic. He came with his robe, so we have to keep talking and talking about the law. But here we are talking about politics, and the last part of the breakdown that I gave, it has to do with your constitution. You're the ones whom we always run to decide and also interpret for us what the election results are. But we are at the period where there's so much going on, lots of meetings holding the issues back to north-south, zoning, are we ready, who should it be, who should it not be, so far away from the issues that are disturbing or Nigerians are concerned about. Does that bother you? That towards 2023, we were here 2018, 2017, ahead of 2019, and now 2023 is around the corner, and I'm sad that it's still the same questions I'm asking you.
It's quite unfortunate, but what's going on now is more mind games. You know, when the Southern governors came together and they were like, this is our position, this is our position, you know, the other side just went to sit and like, okay, let's see what they bring. So it's a game of not even chess. It's like chess or cards. Like, so you bring your own triangle, then I bring my circle. Then it's a case of last card check up kind of thing. That's basically what they're playing games with our lives, with the future of our children. Basically, that's what it is. Because over the weekend, I was talking with someone and I said, see, all the things that those people throw in our faces, we don't really have a problem with them. Somebody was like, the Fulanis are our problem. I said, see, wait, your gate man is Fulani. He hasn't done you harm. The person, we were somewhere and someone was cutting, you know those guys who cut nails.
The nails.
So I said, this guy is Fulani. He hasn't mistakenly cut your leg. Is he your problem? No. These people are deflecting. They are the problems, but they give us something to run with. So at the end of the day, now, it's sad that we have to do, I was on a platform yesterday and people were like, no, this Northerners, no, this Southerners, and everybody, I'm like, when are we going to get to that level where excellence will dictate who's there? What do you care if the person is even, well, if not for Constitution, if a non-Nigerian will help us well, I think we should bring him, rather than have people who will, I mean, we're all supposed to be the same thing. We're supposed to be fighting for the same thing. And if you look at some of the things they throw up, very flimsy. Now, then for the North, if things don't go their way, they remember Constitution. When GEJ was there, we can't hide now. When GEJ was there, they were like, no, zoning is it, this is how it's done, this is how it's been. They went before litigating Constitution and came back. All of a sudden now, they realize that zoning is not constitutional. When things don't favor them, zoning is not constitutional. But you see, I think at this point, people are beginning to be fed up. So whoever throws up a more credible candidate is likely to be the one. You know, once upon a time, we thought something like NSAS can never happen in this country. But you saw the way, one day, you know, then if you look at, there's something I need to put forward. If you look at before, okay, let me just put it in simple ways. There are things we never expect would happen. There's now people awareness. It may be small, it may be built, but it's building. For all you care, somebody will come out and everybody will follow. Because as it is, people are fed up. If you look at it, do you want to talk about the economy? You don't want to talk about dollar and how. And you see, the people who are ruling us, they come up with things that are supposed to be solutions. And the solutions are way behind some of those things. We were here when they banned the FX thing, and you saw how dollar has taken. So it shows you that these people don't have a grip of what they are there to do.
Okay.
Now, someday, somebody is going to come up and people will just say, let's follow this person. We won't even follow these two parties.
Exactly. Let me hold you. Because I'm going to start from where you stopped now. You painted a picture earlier on of there's people awareness. People are beginning to wake up, and people are beginning to demand. People are asking questions now. And so do you see 2023 or perhaps a build-up after 2023 to a time where Nigerians will say, you know what, maybe we're not even going to vote on party divides this time. Maybe we're just going to have an independent candidate, and maybe we'll try that for trial and error and look at where that will take us. Are we really ripe to take that decision, or we're still going to keep dilly-dallying whether or not we still want to go with these two political parties as time goes by?
It's not a case of being ripe. You know, the same necessity is the mother of invention. Frustration is the mother of creativity. People are frustrated. You don't want to know. I mean, yesterday I was talking with a colleague of mine, and he said, Bosu, that the people that ask me for money now, they've increased. And I said, your hold is small compared to mine. You know, so there's despondency in the land. People are frustrated. People are angry. Someone will be driving in the opposite direction. You are trying to correct him, and he's telling you that you are the one in the wrong. People are going almost insane, and it's all about frustration. So at the end of the day, before you know it, if a credible candidate, we know who's credible amongst us.
I was going to ask you, what is the yardstick of measuring credibility?
We know ourselves. We're Nigerians now. Are we for Cape Verde?
There's so many people we have known ourselves like that.
And then at the end of the day,
they sold us out.
Exactly.
No, things are changing. Look at the events. In the past 2 years, things have really changed. There are some things you never expected would happen in this country that's happened. And even at some point, the government was like behind. Government is supposed to lead, and government was appealing to the people. Hey, it's our thing, it's our collective commonwealth. Don't destroy it, don't do this. That shows you that, you just need someone or some event. Now, not someone, events to galvanize the effort of the people in the right direction, and you will see change.
I'm going to ask you
this.
They
promised us change. They only gave us change. So
let me quickly ask you this. I mean, we've seen just before elections, we see coalition of political parties, individuals coming together and saying they want to give the ruling party and its opposition a run for their money. There is a particular one emerging at this point with some credible names, as we say in Nigeria. Independent candidacy is not recognized in our constitution. However, we can push for another political party where individuals can go merge.
I think that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, because you see, now we know 4 years ago, the people in this party are the ones here. Now the people, so they're just crisscrossing. And you see what's funny is that these people, they'll come, this one will abuse this one, this one will abuse this one. Then next week Saturday, you see the two of them at the marriage of their children are marrying themselves. So everybody has said that this is a game now, and we're the pawn here.
Right.
Now, so at the end of the day, all people need to do, because we don't have independent candidacy, people will run under one party. Once we know who's credible. We're just waiting for like the green light from those people. Because as it stands, sincerely, between you and I, we know that these people don't have a solution to. They've tried their best, but they don't seem to have a solution to the politics, to the security, to the economy. They don't have it.
As we wrap up this morning, Barrister Shifura, let's quickly take a look at the people. I mean, you've talked about the fact that we seem to be the pawn here, and we seem to be in the midst of people who really do not have a clue. Now, what should Nigerians be getting ready for? A lot of people still think ahead of 2023 they might not vote because they think their votes will not count. Do you share in that sentiments that people should just assume that we don't have a role to play here?
No, people are aware that they have a role. I'll give you a very simple example. There's a PDP candidate, councillorship candidate, at the last election that went to the tribunal and was declared winner. It has never happened before. You see, those are tiny lights that give people hope. Prior to, I've had people come to me before that, let's go to tribunal. They say, oh, it's the other party's state. We don't belong here. But now people are beginning to see that if you sit down, you know, they say in Yoruba that if you sit down, your own will sit down with you. So that's where we are. No, but people are aware. People just need events and maybe people to galvanize their effort, and you will see the necessary change. And we're very close to it.
Looking forward.
Very close to it. Okay. All right, thank you so much, lawyer and political analyst Bosun Shifura, for making time to be with us on the program.
My pleasure.
Well, just like he said, people are ready, people are aware. They just need that event to galvanize them. As we await that event that will galvanize Nigerians towards 2023, let's ensure that we all go out there to get our PVCs. That is the only weapon that we have to cast our votes in 2023. That's a wrap on the program today. Many thanks for watching. To everyone who sent messages during open access, thank you. Your contributions are most valued. Thank you so much. We'll be back again tomorrow 9 a.m. with the midweek edition of Morning Delight on Lagos Television. Stay safe. I am Abimbola Bello.
My take home from this comment our panelists made today is there is always a tiny light that gives people